Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk Entertainment News. So it looks like Mickey Mouse and Winnie the Pooh are getting the Freddy versus Jason treatment, which is a pretty cool concept if you ask me. But before we get to that news, things for you to do. We are trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. We are fast approaching that milestone, faster than I ever believed was possible. But we need your help to get over the top, so please subscribe. Hit the alert bell, like our videos, comment, leave supers, or become a member for $2.99 a month. Yeah, so another film maker is entering this fray of beloved children's classics that have gone into the public domain being reimagined as slasher horror films. Mickey vs. Winnie the... I'll start again. Mickey vs. Winnie horror slasher movie announced, poster revealed. Mickey Mouse is about to go to war with Winnie the Pooh in a new horror slasher movie, Mickey vs. Winnie. Per deadline, Untouchables Entertainment and iHorror have officially begun production on Mickey vs. Winnie, a new horror slasher movie that is directed and written by Glenn Douglas Packard. The movie, which has no relation to the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey films, prominently features the now public domain characters from A.A. Milne's Winnie the Pooh novels and the 1920 Steamboat Willie cartoon. Check out the poster for Mickey vs. Winnie below. Yeah, definitely has that Freddy versus Jason vibe with the whole red mist thing. I don't actually remember what the poster for that movie looked like, but it does remind me of Freddy versus Jason, which was allegedly going to kick off a whole wave of versus films, but I don't think they ever really materialized. What is Mickey versus Winnie about? The film follows two convicts in the 1920s who escape in a... I can't read this morning. The film follows two convicts in the 1920s who escape into a cursed forest only to be dragged and consumed into the depths of the darkest forest's muddy heart. Deadline's description reads, a century later, a group of thrill-seeking friends unknowingly venture into the same woods. Their Airbnb getaway takes a horrifying turn when the convicts mutate into twisted versions of childhood icons Mickey Mouse and Winnie the Pooh and emerge to terrorize them. So is it Mickey and Winnie versus somebody else, or is it versus themselves? A night of violence and gore erupts as the group of friends battle against their now monstrous beloved childhood characters and fight to break free from the forest grip. In a horrific spectacle, Mickey and Winnie clash, painting the woods in a gruesome tableau of blood, a chilling testament to the curse's insidious power. Packard is producing Mickey vs. Winnie alongside Rachel Carter and Anthony Perkina. Horror fans call for the thrill of witnessing icons like the new aliens and Avengers sharing the screen. While licensing nightmares make such crossovers rare, Mickey vs. Winnie serves as our tribute to that thrilling fantasy, Packard said. So this is quite the continuing to grow phenomenon here with all of these reimaginings of classics, family and children's characters entered the public domain, becoming horror slashers. And a lot of these films are pretty bad, but you'd expect that. They're low budget. They're from young and upcoming filmmakers trying to make their mark. And in that respect, I think they've been very successful. They're drawing a lot of attention. They're going to create a lot of career opportunities for these people who are involved with them. And they seem to be a whole lot of fun. That said, I can't help but wonder what's going to happen with this trend. Will it burn itself out? But along the way, will it also perhaps produce something special? I think we have yet to see that moment where you have like the Casablanca or Citizen Kane of children's horror crossovers, or the Dark Knight equivalent of one of these films where somebody enters this world and really does something special that takes the world by storm. I think that's still ahead of us. Then of course there's also this issue of copyrights. Yes, these characters are entering the public domain, but there's still tools that these companies and these right holders have to combat these projects, and you have to wonder what kind of throwback or pushback they're going to eventually get. In some small ways, the characters are public domain, but they're going to argue that, yes, you're stealing something directly from perhaps a book or a movie that is still in the public domain, despite the fact that the character is fair game. So there's a lot of avenues that some of these bigger companies could pursue to combat these films. At the same time, I think it's only a matter of time before one of these big players in Hollywood and world cinema actually enters this world and tries to do it for themselves, and that'll be interesting. But for years and years and years, the only sort of public domain repeat characters we had was like Robin Hood and things like that, where they over and over, everybody's making Robin Hood, everybody's making Peter Pan, but finally some characters that are slightly more modern are making that into that domain. So it'd be interesting to see how this all plays out. But thank you for tuning in. What do you think? Until next time, keep it creepy.